Independence Day celebrations are almost here. This year, Trinidad and Tobago celebrates 55 years of independence. Today we journey to Bacalet to explore Infinity Villa. Stay with us. I'm Davia Chambers and this is Let's Talk Tobago. Traffic changes at Orange Hill intersection. Tobago adopts a new concept to assess projects, and later we prepare you for the world of work. These stories and more when Let's Talk Tobago continues. Stay with us.
Tobago. Join us on August 30th for the District Games Finals at Mount Pleasant Recreation Ground from 11 a.m. Mount Pleasant Recreation Ground from 11 a.m. Come cheer on your area in a battle for cricket, football and netball supremacy. Entry is free. The THA District Games, connecting our communities. For more info, visit the Division of Sport and Youth Affairs Facebook page. This event is sponsored by the Tobago House of Assembly, NGC and NLCB.
Infinity Villa is located in Blue Haven in Bacalet. Now the construction and the design of the property is inspired by the island of Tobago and the seafront view. In our lead story this week, Omadara Mills tells us about the traffic changes made at the intersection of the Orange Hill Road and the Claude Noel Highway to facilitate a better and safer flow of traffic. We have all the details in this report.
Some changes have been made to ensure the safe flow of traffic at the intersection of Orange Hill Road and Claude Noel Highway. Motorists can no longer merge from the highway onto Orange Hill Road and into the MP gas station. Delineators, the yellow-colored posts, have been installed to prevent this illegal turn.
Initially, when we widened the roadway and we marked it, we expected that the population knew what the markings meant and that they would have abided by it. But it's easier to not abide by the markings, especially when you're going certain routes. And so we've determined that it has caused a lot of accidents and stuff. I mean, the media don't record all the accidents, but the police do. And so we've had a lot of incidences in the intersection here with people coming out. And so to ensure the safety, instead of bringing some police out here just to charge people, we've decided that it is better for us to secure the roadway.
It's also illegal to exit the gas station and turn right onto Orange Hill Road. Turning left from the service station will ensure smooth flow of traffic.
If you look at the intersection, there are 3 lanes and they have 2 broken lines and 1 solid line. So the 2 first lanes can move from one lane to the next. But once you're in the 3rd lane, you cannot move into another lane to your left because there is a solid line there. And so once you start doing that, you're coming into the line of traffic of vehicles that is going in the opposite direction. And so you create a conflict movement. So we're trying to stop that.
The Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and the Environment is spearheading the works. Signs have been installed to guide people in making the correct turns. They will also help motorists use the alternative routes to the service station.
And one of those primary routes would be to use the old government farm road to get to the gas station. You can still use Orange Hill Road, but you will have to journey down to the Coast Guard base and come back up and use the roundabout to get here. Or you can use the Mount Mary Road, get onto Milford Road and then come up to the gas station. So there are routes.
Motorists can be charged if they are found making wrong turns. These measures should enhance the traffic experience for everyone using these roads. I'm Omadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
This villa was constructed on the ruins of an old building that was a part of the old Bacalet Hotel. That hotel was destroyed by fire in the 1950s. Today, it's one of the many places guests rush to vacation as it offers a spectacular view of the Caribbean Sea. Now, medicine is a competitive and expensive field to pursue, especially in a foreign country. 2 Tobagonians have been awarded scholarships to study medicine in Cuba for the next 7 years. Caroline Wallace has this report. Have a look.
Julie Fain-Silva, author of Healing the Masses, Cuban Health Politics at Home and Abroad, says it was a long-time dream of Fidel Castro to make Cuba an international superpower in medicine, and it's fair to say that this has been achieved. A 2012 article in a Canadian newspaper, thestar.com, revealed that Cuba has the most doctors per person on the planet. Now, 2 Tobagonians are getting the opportunity to study medicine in that country. Neelan Macmillan and Randall Hamilton have been awarded scholarships by the government of Cuba to study medicine starting in September.
I started to apply to St. George's, but that didn't really work out well because Gate withdrew from St. George's. So it was like my dreams was crushed all over again. And then I was searching a little bit, but I wasn't really enthusiastic about it. And well, I heard about the Cuban scholarship.
The 2 will be leaving this country for Cuba on Sunday for a 7-year stay. They'll begin studies at the Latin American School of Medicine, ELAM. Since the first ELAM class of 2005, tens of thousands of physicians from low-income communities have graduated from the school.
When I heard the news, I just sat there for a minute, a good minute, just smiling. And it was just a really relief. It was an unbelievable feeling because after all that work, to know that apart from approximately 30 candidates, that I was one of the successful ones, it was really a great feeling.
The government of Cuba will pay accommodation and tuition, while the government of Trinidad and Tobago will pay for the students' return flights. They'll also receive a US $200 stipend per month to assist them during their stay. The 2 Tobagonians say when they complete their studies in 2024, they have plans to contribute to Tobago's health sector.
It helped me to see the need for a rehab center for stroke victims. So that's one thing when I return, I would like to be able to open.
Neelan intends to specialize in cardiology, while Randall says he will study neurology. In 2012, over 30,000 international students studied in Cuba, making the country a prime location for earning a degree. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
Infinity Villa reflects a modern Caribbean style as it's surrounded by tall palm trees and beautiful flower gardens. It's near to the Bacalet Beach and 3 hotels, all with highly recommended restaurants. Now, the Tobago Regional Health Authority and the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development hosted a community meeting, providing residents with the opportunity to voice their concerns. Here's a look at what was discussed.
Residents of Tobago East, from Bell Garden to Speyside, are calling for better service at the Roxburgh Health Centre. Requests include increased hours of operation, a productive workforce and a cafeteria, just to name a few. Their suggestions didn't fall on deaf ears. In fact, during a recent community outreach meeting, they were encouraged to make suggestions that could help to enhance service delivery at the facility, and they're being assured that service is being stepped up.
We would want to make these services much more comprehensive than they are. We will want to make our services much more accessible to you. We want to provide services to all our districts, making sure that there's good coverage. We want to do that. We want to ensure whenever you have an encounter, that encounter is a positive one.
A call was made for around-the-clock ambulance service for Northeast Tobago. It's already part of the plans for the area.
And I will be grateful if we could get back a 24-hour service for the ambulance especially.
Within the last 24 months, that plans have been in place to enhance the infrastructure framework within the Roxburgh Health Centre facility. We also envision in that plan to provide the lab services as well as ultrasound and a dedicated 24-hour ambulance service as well.
Other residents called for the maternity block to be re-established at the health centre. They also want a fully functional critical care facility.
The proposal is for an urgent care center for Roxburgh, We would hope that we will have the drawings available for persons to look at. Perhaps we can post them in the facility that persons can look at.
Men's health was also discussed.
Well, presently in Tobago, we have a lot of men who are suffering from problems with prostate. And most of the time, to get screened, these men have to journey all the way to Scarborough.
We are currently putting in place multiple opportunities for men's health as part of one of our new initiatives.
Dr. Carrington says that accommodation for a resident doctor in the area has already been located. Additionally, the Roxburgh Health Centre will now be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
We have to take a break, but when we return, Tobago adopts a new concept to assess projects. Don't go anywhere. Let's Talk Tobago. We'll be right back.
Tobago, join us on August 30th for the District Games Finals at Mount Pleasant Recreation Ground from 11 a.m. Mount Pleasant Recreation Ground from 11 a.m. Come cheer on your area in a battle for cricket, football, and netball supremacy. Entry is free. The THA District Games, connecting our communities. For more info, visit the Division of Sport and Youth Affairs Facebook page. This event is sponsored by the Tobago House of Assembly, NGC, and NLCB.
Infinity Villa sits on 15,000 square feet of land. It sleeps a maximum of 10 people. The villa is also children-friendly. There are 4 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms. Now, as the Tobago House of Assembly assesses its path to development, it seeks to adopt a new approach to facilitate the island's infrastructural growth. Here are the details in this report.
A cargo port, a marina, a cancer care treatment center, the expansion of Milford Road Esplanade, an affordable housing program, and a better transport system in Scarborough and environs. These 6 development projects have been in the island's plans for some time. Now they are being considered as candidate projects at a public-private partnership sensitization and assessment workshop for members of the THA.
We wanted to gather projects across the spectrum that would target various aspects of life in Tobago, and these were pulled mainly because of their significance and scale. However, PPPs are not limited only to large projects, but seeing that we were getting someone to come in and assess these projects, we wanted to start off with what we thought may be some very viable projects that we had been talking about for some time but were fiscally constrained in delivering or needed some technical assistance in making sure they were effectively delivered.
The public-private partnership PPP model will allow the public sector to finance these larger projects through an arrangement with a private sector company. These projects are typically completed within a specific time frame, and payment is linked to performance. So this financing avenue puts less strain on the THA's budget.
Public-private partnership is a method of procurement, and if done well, it can offer us value for money. So in a time of fiscal constraint, that is something that is very important. But it also has effects on operational efficiency because projects are completed on time, on budget, and are run on a specified manner according to contract for 20, 30 years.
Tobagonians can also take advantage of the opportunities from PPP projects.
And you also have spillover effects on other projects that may not necessarily be PPPs, but will be influenced by performance-based contracting. So Tobagonians hopefully will have more of their assets, services, infrastructure basically delivered on time, allowing them to access these services and access these buildings and so many other opportunities.
The workshop was facilitated by the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB. It's a part of the bank's Regional Support Service initiative to help Caribbean countries develop viable PPP projects. The resulting CBD report will advise the Assembly on which projects are most suited to PPP funding. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
To help guests create a memorable vacation and enjoy their authentic Tobago experience, management can arrange tours to the rainforest, the reef, and snorkeling. Now, job seeking can be daunting, but a recent special career fair provided the opportunity for potential employees and employers to connect. It's one creative way to fill the demand for jobs in the private sector. Here are the details.
Last week brought good news for employment seekers in Tobago, as it was announced that there is a labour shortage in some sectors. This means the job market is rife with opportunities for the young and old who are willing to explore options within the private sector. Assemblyman Ansel Dennis, Deputy Presiding Officer and Assistant Secretary in the Office of the Chief Secretary, says that two main sectors currently offer employment opportunities: tourism and hospitality and domestic security. In both sectors, the demand for labour outstrips the supply. He noted that the role of the Tobago House of Assembly is to create opportunities for employers and employees to come together.
One of the things we recognize is that while there are a number of unemployed persons, we find that there are a number of private sector entities looking for staff, looking for employees, and can't seem to find any. So this exercise is intended to create a linkage between the private sector entities, well, some of them that need employees, and between you, the young people, and even some of the older persons who are looking for employment.
Speaking at a recent employment fair hosted by his office, Assemblyman Dennis explained to participants how important it is to make a start in their careers even when conditions are not perfect.
I just said that to encourage us that the first job or the first opportunity may not be the ideal one. And I believe 75% of the times that's the case. Your first job is never where you really want to start. But at the end of the day, it's a start. It's an opportunity for you to learn and grow and have an experience that will augur well for you in the future.
Steve Martin, manager of Amalgamated Security Services Tobago Operations, said that his organization's participation in the exercise was fruitful. He also expressed hope that there would be similar initiatives in the future.
I think something like this should continue because not just this security company, but the youth today, unemployment is rampant globally, and I think this is a good avenue to start doing this recruiting. You bring everybody together, and even if they don't come with us, they go with someone else, but the whole focus is getting the youth employed.
The employment fair, held over 2 days at the Lowlands Multipurpose Facility and at the Boko Multipurpose Facility, attracted private sector as well as a range of young people seeking job opportunities. I'm Karima Mackenzie Thomas for Let's Talk Tobago.
The owners believe that Tobago is special and should be something that people from all over the world should have the opportunity to enjoy. And this is what really motivated them to build the villa and join the local tourism industry. The National Quality Policy meeting saw stakeholders sharing ideas about measures that should be included in creating effective regulations. Here's what else was discussed.
The Bureau of Standards is drafting a national quality policy that will help to improve the quality and standard of products and services exported from Trinidad and Tobago. The focus is on the non-energy manufacturing sector. A new policy should enhance the reputations and earning potential for local businesses. It will also give them greater access to international markets.
We say that if you have better products, services, processes, that they are more likely to be accepted widely, you get more customers. Of course, things get cheaper when you have economies of scale, but you won't get economies of scale if your product is not accepted. And you won't get your product accepted unless it's of the appropriate quality.
Before businesses can increase their global competitiveness, they have to conform to step-by-step guidelines for quality. These include uniformed testing, accreditation, standardization, and assessment of goods and services. This uniformity is what officers expect will make up the national quality policy.
It's used like risk analysis and cost-benefit analysis and all that type of stuff that you want to consider before you take the plunge of implementing a measure. Because you might, in the middle of implementing the measure, you might find out you don't have any money. Or you might find out that the experts that you need don't exist in the country, or you can't find them.
The national quality policy may see revisions to certain laws, regulations, and standards for assessing the non-energy private sector. It will also help to reduce wastage in the public sector.
We really don't have that much money to waste. And the waste comes about when you have duplication of activities. So it's that type of effect that we need to minimize by having coordination and regulatory collaboration.
The Bureau of Standards is the national quality certification body and falls under the Ministry of Trade and Industry. The Bureau expects that the national quality policy will benefit local businesses as well as consumers. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Coming up next, we take a look at the world of work at the Youth Energized for Success Career Fair. Stay with us. Let's Talk Tobago. We'll be right back. Infinity Villa is an open-plan design with a private swimming pool overlooking the Caribbean Sea. It is the perfect place for your next getaway, as the sound of the sea and the picturesque view will ease your stress. Now this, the Youth Energized for Success program hosted its annual career fair, which provided young people the opportunity to network and gather information from the different divisions and organizations. Kearney Freitas has this report.
The Youth Energized for Success YES unit was established in 2012 to create a nurturing environment for young Tobagonians seeking to enter the world of employment. It's directly contributing to Tobago's development by giving young people opportunities to learn life skills, get a taste of their desired career, and give back to society. And one of the ways the unit has achieved success is through hosting its annual career fair. The event was held recently at the Gulf City Mall in Lowlands.
It is expected that this career fair will provide much needed support to young persons and other members of the public so that they will gain knowledge of training opportunities, embrace job opportunities, learn about the management of small businesses, and understand the discipline of self-employment.
At the fair, the unit collaborates with Tobago House of Assembly divisions, the private sector, and other local, regional, and international agencies. One key aspect of the fair is that young people have an opportunity to gain valuable information before pursuing tertiary education. Selecting a course of study is an important factor in future job market success.
We decided that before young people made a choice about getting into university, that we would host a series of training programs to assist them in making the right choice and making right choices as it relates to their academic future and their world of work.
The Division of Finance and the Economy, under which the YES unit falls, is also connecting job seekers to potential employment.
That is why we took the decision in the Tobago House of Assembly to launch the Employment Exchange Bureau. And that is a window where employers can list jobs and young persons can post their resumes, and there could be a seamless platform where young persons and employers can collaborate and young people can find jobs a whole lot easier.
The YES unit also hosts the YES program, which provides training and internship placement for participants to earn valuable experience. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
The property has a high ratio of returning guests. The location and proximity to the modern conveniences, the friendly staff, and the peaceful community add to the charm. Now, athletes from different disciplines gathered at the Lambo Multipurpose Facility to participate in the annual Olympic camp, which challenged their athletic and mental skills. Have a look.
An important part of producing successful athletes is ensuring that they develop beyond their physical prowess. This is the aim of the Olympic Youth Camp currently underway at the Lambo Multipurpose Facility, where promising athletes from across Tobago are benefiting from a varied and intensive developmental program. Annette Knott, Honorary Secretary General of the Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee, says that apart from sport training, the young athletes will receive media and etiquette training. She also explained the importance of the camp in the lives of Tobago's young elite athletes.
What we really want for the future is that any athlete that's being developed, it has to be a holistic development. So even sometimes in their own disciplines, in whether it's athletics, football, netball, sometimes they need to take time out to understand that it's not only about coaching the athlete on the field. There's opportunities, make it fun, make them, plan activities that as young athletes they don't burn out and find it so boring.
The camp is being held in Tobago for the 4th year and is catering for approximately 30 promising athletes in different disciplines who were recommended by coaches from around the island. Returning participant, 15-year-old footballer Alea Sandy, says participating in the camp for the last 2 years has positively impacted her life and football career.
In many ways, like discipline, meeting new people, interacting with other people. Last year we had television courses, how to talk on the television, and it's just fun because you get to know new people, and most sports you have to interact with other people.
Track and field athlete Jabari Small had this to say about his hopes for the camp.
I'm looking forward to this camp, to meeting new people and learning new stuff about the committee that is here and having a good time.
Camp participants will also benefit from training in sports nutrition, strength and conditioning, and learning about the Olympic values. I'm Karima Mackenzie Thomas for Let's Talk Tobago.
And it's now time to have Your Say, the segment of our program where we hear what you, the viewers, have to say. Today we're asking, why is Independence Day important to Trinidad and Tobago? While you think about it, we'll have a look at who had their say this week.
We got independent in 31st of August 1962. So independent means you're on your own. So therefore the people have to work to build their country.
And we have gone from a state of dependency where we were colonialized and having to depend on British system for everything, the Queen, for everything, to a place now where we are dependent upon ourselves, or we should be self-reliant.
We are independent because we govern our own country and our own island.
I think Independence Day marks really a whole transition in the way we see ourselves and the way this country would have been governed. I think it's important to always remember that because we have a long history of colonialism.
We close yet another edition of Let's Talk Tobago, and as always, we thank you for watching. Please email us with your comments or queries about the program, and be sure to visit our website, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From our house to yours, I'm Davia Chambers, along with the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, wishing you a safe and very productive week. We close now with a montage of Great Race 2017.